Hi, I'm Ruth Miller from Unglamorous Music, and I've set up the 66 Days to Your Debut Challenge, which is all about learning a musical instrument really quickly, getting together in a band, writing songs, and performing a gig. So if you're a guitarist and you've just bought your first guitar, it might be something like this. This probably won't do in a band situation, but it's great to start learning. The normal YouTube ways to teach you the names of notes and where to put your fingers and all that kind of thing. The unglamorous way is to just get to know your instrument, see what kind of sounds you like making. So some of it, we've talked about rhythm, where it doesn't sound great, but that practicing of going up and down, either with a plectrum or with your fingers, is great. What we're going to do today is we're going to explore some notes. You don't need to know the names at this stage. You're just thinking, does this sound good? And maybe putting some vocals to it. Lots of guitars have dots, either on the fretboard here or up here. And where you put your finger is not in the middle, in between, not on the metal bit, but just that side of the metal bit there. So if I play just one string, that's this string here, sounds like this. I can experiment with that. Now that's the kind of thing you should spend lots of time doing, and then seeing what you can do, just making up a little tune on here. So obviously if you go like this, it's always going to sound the same. But by using where there's dots, and then there's another dot here on my board. Now you can use your one finger like this. This is my strong finger, or you can use another finger like that. But part of it is we're not learning to play other people's songs. They're quite complex. We're going to write our own really simple songs. So just as we're playing, be thinking what you could sing to that. You don't have to be great at singing. It could be a sort of speaking thing. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, 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 steady. Now what I might do is do this same going up and down pattern, but try it somewhere else. Let's try that. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, steady. Oh, what about here? Steady, steady. So it's all a matter of experimentation. See what you like the sound of. Steady, 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 steady. Let's go up. Steady, 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 steady. I'm just going to go down one. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, 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 steady. No, it's not the most brilliant song in the world, but that experience of trying to put ideas, maybe some silly words, and maybe a bit of a tune as you're playing will really help. Now, where I did one note here, if I put my finger flat, I can put it so that it's going on that string and that string. And listen, if I just play these two strings, so instead of doing, I've got this one and this one, it's like a little chord. It's a very, very simple one. And if I do the same pattern, I can go and then move it up. Or if my fingers are really strong, I can go and then put my little song to it. Steady, 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 steady. I might need to play it a bit steadier. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, 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 steady. And this is the sort of thing you can just make up stuff. I write it down or record it on a phone so you don't forget it. You can also use the lower note. So instead of trying to use all the strings and doing complicated chord patterns, you could do the same on here. And in fact, this string here and this string here are the same E note. So what I played here, steady, 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 steady. So it's just like I played here. Steady, 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 steady. I'm doing the same but there. Steady, 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 steady. And if you play bass guitar, then you could play the same in a band. Now, obviously, in a guitar band, in a garage band, you're going to need some noise. Now, you don't have to own these because people will lend you them, or you can hire them from places. So this is an electric guitar plugged in, amplifier on. It's a tiny, tiny little amplifier. But it's just to show you how that really, really simple line, if you put that with a drum pattern, and a bass guitar, it would sound great. So here it is with one note. Well, in fact, if you sort of wobble your finger about to get the vibrato, I mean, you know, that's great. Or go fast. Steady, 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 steady. Or try this, where it's easier on an electric guitar because the strings are a little bit thinner. So you can either strum it or pluck those two strings. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, 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 steady. I'm not sure if I like that note. I like the first bit, but we could go right up here. Steady, 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 steady. And see how the dots are a lot more clearer on the electric guitar. Steady, 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 steady. Steady, 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 steady. So it's all about experimenting and not thinking I've got to play a song that other people recognise. Make up your own thing, and if it pleases you, and eventually you might find other people that pleases as well, that's great. Don't be scared to sound a bit noisy and a bit ridiculous while you're trying to find something, and it might not be the conventional chords that normal YouTube videos teach you. They're sort of obsessed with you must learn it this way. There's no right way. You might get there eventually, but a really quick start is to just find some really easy ways in that you can play with other people. So I hope that's useful to you. Thank you for watching.